OK， 好，来，请这边请刚刚那边还有一位，他先，然后完了以后再你，好吧？来，请。
你好，我是 TVBS 的平，想请教市长，这一次来台湾是不断的受到中国的放话恫吓，那他怎么看来这一趟台湾是不是有感到有相当大的压力
？Mr. Mayor, since your decision to come to Taiwan with this delegation, you have been constantly received threats from China. Have you felt that you were intimidated, and was there a lot of pressure on you?
Okay, before the mayor answers, I know there's a lot of questions related to this. 还有没有其他类似的问题？我们就一次把它问完，好吧？因为我知道这边问题有好多类似类似方面的问题，来，我们都举手，好吧？让我看一下有没有类似这样北京的中国的压力，好多，对不对？好多。Okay, we take all the questions about China, Beijing pressure because I know there's a lot of similar questions. We go through all the questions and then we let the mayor to answer once and in a comprehensive way. If that is okay, 好吧？我们就把所有相关的问题全部完。
I'm Joyce from the Voice America. It looks that you have a fruitful trip here in Taipei, but when you return back in Prague, what awaits you may be China's retaliation, which will be ugly. So, as the mayor of Prague, you had experience with China's retaliation. I read that you once said that China's sanctions were laughable and pathetic. Will they be the same this time around if China again impose sanctions on Prague or on the Czech Republic? And last time I checked, my friend in Czech told me that those sanctions are actually inflicted on the Chinese people because they don't get to appreciate the musical performance of Prague Philharmonics. And also, does China has economic clout in Prague at all?
That's a lot of questions. We allow translation. 有需要翻译吗？还是大家都 OK？Yeah. 有个简单要很简单的翻译一下就好了，好。
那另外的话，就是同样是针对这个北京压力，其实过去市长一定有感觉到类似的经验了。那您也提过说，你也公开表达过说，其实这种报复行为是非常可笑而且可悲的。那不晓得此次回去之后，面对同样的压力，您会如何回应？那另外也听过，其实您有说过，这样子的报复行为反而是中国人受害，因为他们就没有机会听这个美丽的捷克交响乐团的演出。
Thank you very much. I know there's a lot of, okay, you first and then you go there. Also China, Beijing related. 来，请这位是。
喂 ，Hello， 你好，我是德国之声的。然后想请问一下市长，就是请问中国外交部有没有回信，就是跟你们道歉，就是对于威胁的事情。然后第二个就是你们觉得是因为欧盟？还有捷克政府这十几年以来，就是对中国的 appeasement policy， 对中国太软弱，导致中国现在可以对捷克或者是其他欧洲国家这样，就是有霸凌的行为吗？
So, two questions. First of all, did you receive any letter or any statement from the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs apologizing for their threats? And my second question is that do you think it is the appeasement policy of the European Union and the Czech Republic over the past decades that leads to China's decision to point fingers at you?
Okay, thank you. I know there's more question related to China, Beijing. Yeah. Okay, over the hands. Yeah. Shuling, Tokyo News.
Q 的 news。
Q 的 news。
我想要请问一下那个捷克政府的一中原则，就是当初布拉格跟北京结束这个姐妹市，是因为一中条款。那这次来访的话，议长也觉得说不违反捷克政府的一中原则，因为他们有自己的解读方式。所以我想要请教市长，就是说可不可以帮我们理解一下捷克政府的一中原则是怎么样来诠释？然后在这个原则底下，台湾跟中国又是什么样子的关系？谢谢。
Jenny?
Yes. So my question is. my question is related to the One China principle of the Czech Republic and the Czech government. Can you please elaborate on your exact interpretation of the Czech Republic on its One China principle? Because we know that you previously decided to end sister relations with Beijing exactly because of the One China article in that partnership. And also this time we heard from your delegation that this visit is actually not in violation with your One China principle because you are allowed to have your own interpretation. So can you please elaborate on your policy?
Okay, thank you. I know there's more questions about China, Beijing. Okay, we take all the questions. Yes. Okay, 来这边请，然后等一下那边有另外一位。好，来。
Good morning, Mr. Mayor. This is Amber Wang with AFP. My questions: were you directly subject to pressure from China not to join this delegation to Taiwan? And the second question is, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi has said the Czech Senate Speaker will pay a heavy price for visiting Taiwan. What's your comment on that? Thank you.
Thank you, Amber. Yeah. Okay， 大家都你的翻中文好了。
两个问题，第一个问题是有没有这个受到中国的压力，要您不要加入此次访台行程。第二个问题是那中国王毅这个部长这边他有提到说，必须此次捷克必须要为这个访台行程付出沉重的代价。您的回应是什么
？Thank you. I know there's more hands. Yeah, there's one over here. 来，后面对，谢谢。
你好，新唐人提问，就是知道市长呢非常力挺台湾，然后坚持自由民主。那您可不可以跟我们谈谈这部分的细节，然后以及您是如何与市民沟通的？那第二个问题是，就是捷克6月份曾在布拉格举行集会，然后抗议亲中共的执政者。那您能谈谈您的观察跟市民为什么会有如此转变？谢谢。
So 2 questions. Mr. Mayor, you are very supportive of Taiwan and you are supportive of the values of freedom and democracy. Can you please share with us some details of such support and how do you communicate with your people in Prague for such positions? Second question is that we've seen protests in Prague this June against pro-Chinese politicians. Can you please share some of your comments on this?
Thank you very much. Okay, all other questions related to China, Beijing, 来 please. Okay, 来请这位。
市长你好，台视新闻记者陈曙强，跟你请教一下，因为其实日前议长在说了一句"我是台湾人"这句话，其实引起了台湾非常大的回响，当然也引起了中国很大的一个压力。那因为您是对台湾非常友善的一个市长，那您是不是会也能够类似做，可能外界也可能会不会也对您有同样的期待，做同样的表态？谢谢。
Mr. Mayor, during this trip, the Senate President became very famous because of his statement that I am Taiwanese, which we were very thrilled to hear. But we can imagine that this has caused a lot of pressure from the Chinese side on him. And as another high-profile key supporter of Taiwan, do you think that you will be expected to do the same statement?
Okay, 好，谢谢。More questions about China, Beijing, or we have picked? Okay, all right. Okay, I think that's already a lot of questions. 来，让我们让我们的那个市长来慢慢回。Mr. Mayor, thank you.
Okay, I will try to go through the answers. Well, first of all, regarding the pro-China politicians in Czech Republic and the China influence on Czech Republic. Well, there was a lot of promises of China investments roughly around the year 2030, 2014 maybe, and the next years. However, all those promises turned to be not fulfilled. Only a fraction of the Chinese investments were actually done in Czech Republic, and there were merely not investments but rather acquisitions of already existing companies like breweries or even sports clubs. So they were not creating new job opportunities, no know-how transfer. These were just simply acquisitions. So I believe that at this moment, with the coronavirus crisis and also the fact that the Chinese growth is actually slowing down, I think it's pretty obvious that if the investments haven't happened so far, they will not happen in the future. So, in fact, I've got here some analysis of the economical impact, and so the Czech analysts say that the total cutoff from China is highly improbable, and it would lead to weakening the Czech GDP by 1%. Media representation of the possible economic impacts might be worse than the reality, because the perception of Chinese influence in the Central Europe might be overvaluated. Size of the bilateral economic cooperation is relatively small. China represents only 0.42% of all foreign investments in the Czech Republic. The Czech export to China represents 1.5% of total Czech export, and the Czech export to China has stagnated since 2017. So I really do not think that the economical impact is the leading problem here. Regarding the question about
Shall I translate from here?
Yes.
Yeah. 好，那首先呢，针对这个捷克的亲中政治人物，还有这个中国对于捷克的影响，我先回答这2个方面。那首先我们知道，这个中国承诺在2013到14还有15年的时候，承诺要对捷克有大幅的投资，但是最后我们看到这些投资承诺都没有实现，只有非常片面少数的有落实，而且这所谓的落实都是以并购的方式并购这个现有本来就存在的公司，所以并没有任何这个比方说像是足球俱乐部啊等等，所以并没有任何这种技术上面的转移，还有投资上面的互惠互利共享。那特别又是现在在这个疫情非常严重的时候，我们想，那另外我们也看到中国的这个经济成长不断的在下滑，所以我可以蛮肯定的表示，这些投资承诺在近期未来之内大概也不会落实。那其实我今天有在我手边有带了一份这个由捷克的分析师所分析的这个中国对捷克的经济影响。那从里面我可以摘录一些来跟大家分享。其中就有讲到说，其实因为所谓中国投资有这个捷克的媒体生态其实是越来越差的，而且这所谓中国对捷的投资，它的这个效益其实是完全被高估的。那而且总体来说，这个中国可以对捷克的 GDP 所造成的影响是不到1%。那另外，中国在这个所有在捷克的外资投资当中，只占了不到0.42%，是非常低的一个比例。那另外，捷克对中国的出口也只有1.5%，而且在2017年之后也不断的下滑。所以我们都可以看到，以实际数字来看的话，其实这个经济上面中国对捷克的影响真的并不是我们跟中国之间关系的主要影响因素。
Regarding the support message of Miloš Vystrčil, I would like to point out that I am actually a Taipei citizen because I have received the honorary citizenship during my last visit, and the certificate is hanging in my office. So if I would say I'm a Taipei citizen, it would be not a political support message, it would be rather a description of the reality.
那另外刚才有提到这个蔡议长他的这个我是台湾人宣言，那在这边我要跟大家说，其实我本人也是台北市荣誉市民，因为我上一次访台的时候就已经有得到这个荣誉市民的这个证明，而且我还把它挂在我的办公室里。所以如果我今天站出来跟大家说我是台北市民的话，这不仅是个宣言，还是一个事实。
There was a question about personal threats to me to not joining the delegation. Well, as my participation in the delegation has been announced on the last moment, there was no time for such threats.
那另外针对这个是否有受到中国威胁，我不要加入此次访台的代表团呢？因为我加入的这个讯息是在最后一刻才宣布的，所以并没有这样的这个问题。
However, I think that the personal threats against the President of the Senate, Miloš Vystrčil, about the heavy price he has to pay, they are completely unacceptable, and I'm very glad that there are other European countries who also feel it the same way, namely the President of Slovakia and also the representatives of Germany and France.
那但是说到这个威胁的部分，特别是针对这个参议长的中国这边说要他付出沉重的代价，我觉得这样子的威胁是完全不能接受的。那也非常的开心可以看到说有其他的欧洲国家也跟我们感同身受，包括了像是斯洛伐克的总统，还有这个德国的这个外长等等。
Well, after all, as I have told the president at the meeting this week, when we were here the last time, our meeting with her, with me and the rest of the Prague delegation was very, very inspirational.
那这一次来台湾跟蔡总统见面的时候，我有跟他提到说，上一次我们布拉格团来到台湾，跟他见面的时候，深获启发。
This time, the delegation is not just from Prague. There are senators with constituencies all over the country.
那但是这一次呢，我们就看到来台湾的这个捷克代表团，不只有布拉格的成员，还有这个捷克国会里面来自各区的这个议员代表。
So it's no more just Prague, and I believe that that this visit could be also inspiration for other countries in the EU.
那所以就可以看到这个对台的支持，现在不仅限于布拉格而已。那我也相信这一次来台的访问活动将会后续启发许多其他的欧洲国家。
Regarding the One China principle question that has been asked, Czech Republic does not fit to the One China principle, or rather One China policy. And there is a difference because the policy is something that is much more flexible, and by the way, we haven't never said what does that mean, so I think we definitely can visit who we want to visit, and it's not a problem or in conflict with anything.
那另外，刚才有记者朋友提到这个一中原则的问题，容我在这边澄清哦。其实我们捷克政府所拥有的是一中政策，一中政策跟原则之间有非常显著的不同，非常的重要。因为政策它所反映的是这其中有许多的弹性所在。那所以在我们的这个一中政策之下，其实我们是有我们自己的诠释的权利，而且我们可以决定我们要与谁见面。
Well, and there was this answer. If I have received the answer to the apologies, the apologies from China, I believe that this question refers to the letter that appeared in the media, that is signed by Pavel Novotny, who is district mayor in Prague. Prague has got 57 districts. The district of Zaporie, which is the district of the district mayor Pavel Novotny, is rather a smaller one. Among those, however, district mayor Pavel Novotny is definitely not like his other colleagues. He is very specific.
那另外这个刚才有提到说是否有接获这个中国的这个道歉呢？我想您这个问题应该是指这个我们这个 Provic 区长沃特尼区长他的这个相关的信，在媒体上面您所看到。但是我要在这边强调，我们布拉格有非常多的区，那他所代表这个区其实是比较小的一个，而且他算是比较特别的一个政治人物。
So I don't know if he received an answer.
那我不知道他这边有没有收到中方的回信。
We want to thank you very much to Mr. Mayor for his time. Due to constraint of time, and he has another schedule, I want to thank you. No, sorry, he really has to go. So all this answer, we have to wait until his next visit to Taiwan, right? So right now, thank you very much. 不好意思，他时间非常赶，他要赶下一个行程。我们还有其他问题，就可能下次访谈来讲，因为市长他要迟到了，所以不好意思。Thank you so much to our mayor. We welcome you next time, and thank you so very much for your participation this morning at the press conference. Thank you. 谢谢大家今天参加记者会，谢谢。